Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Adrift. This movie stars Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin. Basically, this is the story. This is based on a true story, which I didn't really know until the end. It tells you this is based on a true story that happened, to real life people. It's basically a story about survival. It's basically about this couple that, you know, you have Shailene Woodley. She's basically traveling around the world, just going from place to place. You can tell she had a troubled background with her family, and she's basically going around the world, going from place to place, just trying to explore the world and just seeking just new adventures. And so she meets a guy played by Sam Claflin who has his own boat, and he sails, and she offers to help him on the boat, and they meet and they kind of fall in love, and this young couple in love, and they go on the boat, go sailing, and just generally fall in love with each other. Okay, and they get offered by this rich couple to take their boat, I think from Australia, to sail it from Australia. I think is it Australia? I think it is from Australia to California. Okay, and they have this big luxury boat that they're supposed to, that they have all the provisions and all that stuff on it. And of course, he has experience. Sam Claflin, the character, has experience, of course, and he teaches Shailene Woodley, stuff, the basics about sailing and stuff. And they, set off to, take this journey on this boat from, Australia, I think, to California. But of course, disaster strikes when they face basically one of the worst hurricanes in recorded history. I forgot what the name of it is, what the hurricane is, but basically everything that could go wrong goes wrong with them. They basically fly, they sail into the heart of it, even though they try to avoid it. But this hurricane is horrific, and basically it's the story of survival, of them trying to survive this disaster of being on this boat adrift and thrown way off course and trying to survive and get to, try to get to land, okay, and trying to get, instead of, and they have to basically try to survive, because eventually, because they're way off course, they're going to run out of supplies and stuff, and water, fresh water, and all that stuff. So they're going to have to basically buckle down and survive. And this movie is intense. I mean, it's kind of told in flashback. Well, it's told in flashback. It kind of jumps in time back and forth. It tells you shows you how they met and stuff, and then jumps to when they're on the boat and all that stuff, and it kind of goes back and forth. But it's not that hard to keep up with it and stuff. But it's an intense movie, and Shailene Woodley, I think she's just really intense because she kind of anchors the movie, a lot of the movie, of course. And this is not spoiling anything because this is in the trailer, because Sam Claflin's character gets injured while they're on the boat. So basically, she has to take care of him and try to help steer the boat and stuff and do. And basically, the lion's share of the responsibility is on her. And she, like I said, she doesn't know that much about just basically what he taught her and what he's telling her to do. So she basically has to survive, survive for the both of them. Okay, she has to, take care of his wounds and feed him and steer the boat and try to, get them to, try to navigate them to, to safety. And like I said, it's a really intense movie, and I think Shailene Woodley does a really good job as this character. And she's just really, you could tell, because her character has to try to be strong, not only for herself but for him as well, because he has serious injuries, and she has to be strong for him and make sure his spirits, she keeps his spirits up and keep him alive. Okay, so they can survive. Okay, and a lot of responsibilities on her, and I think she does a really good job. And I think Sam Claflin does a good job as well. A lot of the movie, like I say, he's prone, and because he's injured, and so he has to kind of act on his back. But I think he does a good job. But Shailene Woodley, to me, carries this movie because a lot of the things that happen are on her, and it's based on her reactions and stuff, and things that she has to do to survive and to make both of them survive. And it's a really intense movie, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Really an intense movie, and again, the fact that it's based on a true story is even more remarkable. Okay, I'm going to give Adrift. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it a lot. Again, I thought Shailene Woodley did a really good job as this character who, she meets this guy who she falls in love with, and she goes on this, she seemingly is, this venture to go sailing, and disaster hits, and basically she has to, survive. You know, she has to uh, find the strength to face something that few people have faced and survive. And I think the actress really carries it off. This the part the despair and just the will to try to keep on. It's just I think really intense with her. So definitely enjoy this movie. And again, a 7 out of 10 for me. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen Adrift, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please give the video a thumbs up. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram in the description box, as well as a link to my other channel, Paul Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.